One of the biggest disappointments in modern entertainment history is happening right now, and you probably don't know about it. That's why we're here to tell you.
The following is a world-class Bullshitters exclusive.
So if you haven't heard, there's a new show on HBO Max titled Velma, which is a spin-off of the Scooby-Doo series titled Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? But you probably already knew that because you're not an idiot. This new show, Velma, is not being well received by anyone. The other day we made a video talking about the reviews, and now that it's out and available to audiences, well, I thought I'd check in again to see how audiences are talking about Velma, and well, they don't like it. So I went to Google, and this is what popped up. Velma has a rating of 1.6 out of 5. That is the Google rating. On IMDb, Velma sat at a 2.5 out of 10. It had a 57% on Rotten Tomatoes, and 22% liked the show on Google. But if you dig a little deeper on Rotten Tomatoes, you find that the average tomato meter score of 52% has jumped to a 53%, but that's only the critic score. What does the audience think of it? Velma sits at an 8%. It doesn't even crack double digits. Now, normally when we talk about these shows, we hear people on Twitter making accusations about review bombing, comment bombing, all these terrible types of things. Well, I've done a little research myself, and the comments about Velma aren't really anything but to do with the show not being very good. So let's start off with some Google comments, shall we? This is a 1-star review that says the first 2 episodes of this reimagined franchise take a lovable character that we know and creates a whole new cast of unlikable characters. It tries too hard to be funny by incorporating old cliches and jokes, and Velma is no longer smart, composed, and quick-witted. She's now a rude, obnoxious, self-absorbed girl. Shaggy is no longer a comedic goofball with an appetite. Instead, he is, well, I don't know what role he actually is. Daphne is now a brat with family issues, and Fred is caught up trying to be a jerk. That is his whole character summed up. For a show that's trying to make something new, why didn't HBO make a separate show instead of leeching from the fame that Scooby-Doo had made for itself over the past 50 years? In conclusion, the people saying giving this show praise must really rethink their definition of comedy. The show moves very fast, and at no point do the jokes make me laugh. I recommend watching Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated for an actual good story, great characters, amazing comedic relief, and pure gold of a show as a whole. 57 people found this helpful. Now, this is a pretty good review. It's missing a few things. Let's see if the next one has it. 1 star. They just aren't Mystery Inc. anymore, in any way, shape, or form. Their personalities are so different and off during the writers' attempts to set the show apart from all of the Scooby-Doo series and films. If you want to make an adult version of Scooby-Doo, you could have made something in an homage to Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. You could have given us a little more scary, a little more serious, maybe some minor adult themes, as most of us grew up with Scooby-Doo, and definitely progressed with Velma and Daphne's sexuality. But you should have respected the characters we've loved through the years. These characters just aren't Mystery Inc. 25 people found this helpful. Another good review, but I swear it's missing something. Let me go a little deeper. 1 star, it's all over the place. The show tries to be serious at times with some of the subject matter, but it takes a hard turn and is pure childish animation. All the characters show toddler-level reasoning skills at times, and there's no grounded voice of reason throughout. Even the titular character slips back and forth between intelligent and idiotic behavior. It's an utter mess. They seem to try to throw what people like from all other adult animation shows into one, but it's not working. The attempts at comedy are almost purely juvenile and mindless. While shows like South Park, BoJack Horseman, Archer, Family Guy, and Big Mouth all have their fair share of moronic behavior, some jokes are clever. Some jokes are not forced. They are relevant to the situation, culturally relevant, relatable, and some are smart/witty. This show lacks the comedy the aforementioned and more shows give us. 35 people found this helpful. Again, another one. I'm going to read one more, and if I don't see what I'm looking for, then I'm going to consider this show wonderful and these people don't know what they're talking about. HBO's Harley Quinn is something that Velma tried to do, but failed. With Harley Quinn, at least, they get the personalities well fitted for their show, showing that this is Harley Quinn, and as well stayed true to the source while doing a new thing and put some serious tones in it. Not like in Velma, where they showed us totally different characters, very stereotyped too, I noticed, that do not scream the whole franchise and just feel forced, with both humor and story. 6 people found this useful. Okay, so I've read 3 reviews on Google, and if I really wanted to, I could go to Rotten Tomatoes and check these out. But the one thing I'm not seeing is people bitching about this show being any sort of political Drek. It's not woke in quotations. It's not any of these things. This is one of those shows that tried to sell itself as being different and modern, but it sucks. And it can't hide behind a different skin-colored Velma or a different skin-colored Shaggy because people aren't bitching about that. They're not the racist bigots that you want to say. You know what happened is all these people that want to blanket criticize, all you did is make the fans try harder to critique your show. So they're using better reasoning than your bullshit characters have in your show. They're doing more to tell you why you absolutely suck. And it's wonderful to read these reviews. These aren't people going woke garbage 1 out of 5 stars or fuck this shit, blah, blah, blah. No, these are people saying these don't feel like the 50-year-old Scooby-Doo characters that I've always enjoyed. And they give you ways to make the show more enjoyable. None of those have been, why don't you make the characters white? People aren't saying that shit. People want to hide behind that. People on Twitter want to act like it's that. It's not. What it is it's a fucking garbage show that everyone and their mom is calling trash. They're coming together to form this coalition to let the world know that Velma sucks. It's an ego trip for Mindy Kaling. It's a bunch of actors that think they're funny. It's a bunch of writers that think they're funny, yucking it up, hiding behind the Scooby-Doo brand, and nothing. I love this. Honestly, if people listen to this video and think this guy's angry, no, I'm laughing inside and externally. This is the kind of stuff that dreams are made of. Well, maybe not dreams, but reality. It's nice to see shows like this get slapped in the face with a nice dose of reality. You don't like the changes? Fine. Maybe the show's great. This one isn't. This isn't like Jeffrey Wright playing Commissioner Gordon or Jeffrey Wright playing Felix Leiter and you go, yeah, I do like traditional versions, but the Jeffrey Wright version's just as good because he's a damn fine actor. This isn't a damn fine show. This is Velma. This is modern Scooby-Doo. And I looked into this more than I should have because, well, I have to for this show. And the type of humor that this show has is like a little boy is dressed up in makeup. Maybe this is Fred. And it starts to rain on him, and one of his fake eyelashes falls above his lip, and he looks like an old German man. That's the type of humor that this Scooby-Doo show wants to go for. It thinks it's so smart and witty. That type of stuff. It's like juvenile bullshit. Mindy Kaling and crew, I can remove any preconceived dislike of their work and just go into things cold and objectively. And at the end of the day, I think that's what a lot of people are doing, and they just don't like what they're seeing. Everyone recommends that you skip it. Over on Rotten Tomatoes, people are saying this show has no direction. The comedy is scattershot and seems to take the Zucker-Abraham Zucker approach to throw everything against the wall to see what sticks, but almost nothing does, because there's nothing for the jokes to land on. The plot is simple enough, but the writing and the characters are so cookie-cutter and generic that any franchise could have picked up and put together these characters in these spots, and you couldn't tell the difference, except this all feels wrong. This isn't Scooby-Doo. What is racist about that comment? Spoiler alert, nothing. So, folks, I just wanted to draw your attention to all of these wonderful comments and critiques of Velma. This show is sitting at 8% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's from the fans. The critics, it's rotten as well. And this is the type of shit that great or better shows died for. You know, for every Velma, shows like Scoob, Looney Tunes, Batman, and Gumball, well, they are no longer around. Cartoon Network isn't really a thing anymore, but Warner Brothers Animation is, and this is how they choose to spend their resources. Warner Brothers Animation wants to produce Velma, an edgy, crappy cartoon for nobody. It's weird, too. You're trying to build value for your streaming service. You want everyone to sign up for HBO Max or whatever it's about to evolve into, but this is one of your flagship shows. This isn't fans being shitty. This isn't Russian bots. This isn't anybody being bad except your show. And so, folks, it's fun to watch them have to lie in the bed that they've made. So let me know what you think of Velma or don't think of Velma. This is just another one of those scenarios where they create a show based on an IP that people love, but because of their love, they're just not buying up the bullshit that this show is composed of. So, folks, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you for watching. If you want more content, and you know you do because you're enjoying this right now, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and then go pick another video from our catalog. We have well over 1,000 videos, which is a lot of content, a lot of live streams, a lot of fun. World Class Bullshitters, we're the epitome of pop culture. We're here to talk about pop culture in the hashtag era. So, folks, if you want more videos, be on the lookout every day. And if you want more live streams, Tuesdays and Thursdays, catch us live. Don't miss out. So, folks, have a happy weekend. I'm going to get out of here. I'm not going to watch Velma. I'm going to do anything else but that. But in the meantime, folks, hold on a second. This is our third video of the year, and we haven't had 3 questions. I'm slipping up. I'm sorry, folks. 3 questions for today. 1. Who is your favorite member of the Mystery Gang? 2. What is your favorite Scooby-Doo series? And 3. What's your favorite Scooby-Doo movie? My favorite character is Shaggy, or Scooby, it's kind of tied. My favorite series is Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? And my favorite Scooby-Doo movie is probably The Time They Met Batman, or The Addams Family, or The Harlem Globetrotters. I just love any Scooby-Doo movie. But I digress. Thanks for watching today's video. Yes, it's over, but don't cry because there's more, a lot more from World Class Bullshitters. And there's only one way to get it. Hit that subscribe button below. When you do that, you'll get notifications and updates from World Class Bullshitters every time we go live. Basically, you won't miss anything. And if there's one thing I hate, it's FOMO. But the thing most people hate more than FOMO is fear of missing out on World Class Bullshitters, because there's just some things you can't undo. So folks, do yourselves a favor and never miss anything from World Class Bullshitters. One last thing before you go, hit the thumbs up button. Not for our egos, no, they're big enough as this, but it does help us fight the algorithm here, and well, it's man versus machine, and that's the real fight. But if that's not your battle, that's okay. There's one last way you can help WCBS, and that's going over to shopwcbs.com, picking up a t-shirt, a beer glass, a sweatshirt, a poster, all sorts of ways to back WCBS. The difference between us and other YouTube channels is I'm the artist that makes all this stuff, so if you enjoy art beyond t-shirts, you can even read our comic books. We got it all. We're called the epitome of pop culture for a reason, and no, again, it's not for our egos. So folks, make sure you're involved with every aspect of World Class Bullshitters, not just for us, but do it for yourself. We're making the change in entertainment everybody out there wants to see. And a special thank you goes out to all of our wonderful patrons who make this content possible. Go to patreon.com/worldclassbs to get involved and help out the channel.